Leo, how you doing? Lonely at the top, girls on top, or the name Ruby or Ruby Wax, or seems to be waxing something, or putting it on wax, putting it on record. Somebody could be into music or do things like I do of Angel Radio, putting something on record or writing it down, and I'm going to keep you accountable and I'm going to keep the accounts. Some of you are looking for your accountant, or you are an accountant and you may have your income tax in order to deal with for a lot of you. But I'm definitely hearing though for a lot of you, it's lonely at the top. Okay, which means that I'm so lonely. I'm sorry, I'm hearing that song. I know it's very condescending, Leo, but I'm hearing I'm so lonely, but you're going to be very lonely at the top. There's nothing more to achieve. So it feels like Steve, the name Steve or Stephen, but there's nothing more for me to achieve. Okay, mischievous, someone's feeling mischievous, you could be dealing with a 7, okay, or a Cancerian. So if you haven't watched the video provided below that tells you about how I read from the Akashic Records, and how I also read soul group energies, and also how I read tarot and also numerology. So as a Leo, you can also watch this as an Aquarius, because I also read numerology of number, which means 8. So the moment I call out Leo, I'm also calling out an Aquarian, because they are also 8, because of the numerology. But you would have to watch the video below if you haven't found the channel before. Okay, so you could be dealing with a Scorpio, you could be dealing with some sort of program. Sort of like I'm programming the mind. So your partner or you might be programming the mind, or something to do with the matrix or something like that, but you may well be interested if you go over to the community tab where I was talking about the matrix, spiritually evolving and everything else that was all coming up. Okay, it's a very big video and it's a very good informative video, and if you haven't watched it yet, please go to the community tab and check out the videos that I post also. It's easier for you to find. So something about, look, you might be at the top and you might be up there, but you're going to be lonely. Or somebody already has reached their pinnacle point of the top and they're getting very frustrated and very lonely, feeling, well, I might be at the top, but I don't have much more to achieve. What more do I do? How can I compare to you, Steve? So I'm hearing the name Steve or Stephen, but how can I compare? How can I get through? So some of you could well be struggling within your relationship. If I haven't also said, we're going to be looking at your partner, and then we're going to be looking at you. Okay, what's going to be coming up from the 14th until the 21st. Okay, but it's going to be your partner first. A few channel messages if you haven't seen the channel before. Sorry, I have to keep going over it. Channel message from the Akashic Records, your soul group, thoughts, feelings, motions, predictions, all kinds of things, and then we look at the tarot. Okay, for a start. So it's kind of like this feeling of like, you know what, you might be on top, or I am on top and I've accomplished everything and there doesn't seem much more for me to, I can't see my way through. So you're definitely dealing with purgatory energy. So please watch the videos also that I've done quite some time for purgatory, dealing with the Virgo energy. I feel like I'm in purgatory. I feel like I'm in time out. So I feel like numb. I feel like comfortably numb, Pink Floyd, comfortable mum. I feel comfortable, uncomfortable, comfortable, comfortable. It's like constable. So somebody's calling someone out and calling them a C-U-N, maybe, who knows, but see you next Wednesday, or see you next Tuesday, or Wendy, or Miller. But like, I'll see you, Wendy. It's like, I'll see you, Wendy. I see you, Wednesday or cheese. Someone from up north, could be Gromit, definitely dealing with Scorpio, Virgo. Like, I'll see you at Wensleydale, up the Dale, the name Dale, okay, and I'll see you, Dale. Oh, okay, sorry, just lately, just very briefly and very quickly, I'm sorry if I have to get, if people are bored, but you know when I said that I will witness and there will be 4 people that pass on, I'm also hearing Parsons or pass on, okay, there will be 4 energies and have been in my life physically that I predicted, that I see in my head. Number 4 happened to be last night. I know I've said this, but I've counted them up of the people that are physically in my life. Number 4 actually came up last night, where this person hasn't passed, but it was in a Cancerian reading, and it was to do with someone's ma and to do with someone's mother. Okay, so messages can be channeled from the Akashic of worldly, also things that you may witness about someone's mum. Okay, or you're witnessing things of patterns to do with your mother, okay, is what I'm hearing. Like, it's to do with your mother. It's nothing to do with you, mother. It's nothing to do with you, lover. Something to do with Gemini. It's nothing to do with your mother or lover. It's to do with me. It's not to do with them, or M, or Emily, or Maria, or Marissa, or Mel. These can be soul group names, but and you can also deceased, Parsons. I keep hearing Parsons. Passed on. passed on relationships, if you look at metaphysics, time doesn't exist out there in the spirit world, right? It's different than what it is here, but a spirit is still here, right? So somebody is still with us, but somebody's finding it very difficult in order to cope. It related to a 7 or a Cancerian. Holding on for dear life, or holding on to the argument, 10 of Wands, can't cope, I feel nostalgic, okay? Also through the energy of Cancerian or 7, or someone that you know of. Just very relating of energies of a relation, and also a relationship. Also hearing the name Shane, okay? Lane or Lanny, also. Nanny, something to do with your nan, okay? Something to do with your nan possible, okay? But very briefly of how these do relate, if you haven't seen the channel before, I also got word from someone called of Pashia Dale, okay, Pashia Dale, okay, friend of mine, wife lost her life to cancer, left behind 2 or 3 children and her husband and best friend. Unfortunately lost the battle to that, okay. Battle cat, something to do with around Adam and Eve. Gemini also involved in this soul group message. Somebody has been finding it very difficult in order to get on, okay. So okay, so that was one person, but there's another one last night, okay. I don't want to go too much into it, but don't freak out when I predict energies of passing on, because an energy that has passed on is also still in your reading, because time doesn't exist in the spirit world, okay. So a name will come up, but they still presently are with you all of the time. So they'll still come up as a name, as a card, and something in a reading that they would also be going through if they were still alive. Okay, don't forget that, because you can look and think, wow, that really sounds what like my mother or father or so and so would do if they were still here, which they would be. Okay, because you just relate it to a numerology energy of time. Sorry, don't want to go through it too much because I feel like I'm boring people. But like, I just keep hearing this energy of like, well, it's so lonely. I'm so lonely. Even if I'm at the top, like, you're lonely. Or there's an ultimatum of like, well, you might be up the top there, Mr. Smarty Pants, but trust me, you'll be lonely without me. So it's kind of like this energy that came through in the numerology number 7, or the Cancerian reading that I have done before this one. Which was around like I'm holding on when we was looking at your partner, okay, was looking at external people and partnerships. So I am definitely seeing that I'm holding on for dear life. Now my old dear, now in Britain my old dear is an older person, but it's normally my mother. So it's something to do with now, if your experience hasn't came up and shown up in your love life, it's going to happen with around a sibling, of around I'm seeing signs in my mother. I'm seeing signs about myself that have been shown to me by my mother. So somebody of what they're saying, that could be you or your partner, but I am picking up your partner. Well, no, I'm picking up, it doesn't matter. I'm picking up that an energy of somebody here is actually witnessing signs about themselves, or the name Witten or Mandy. You right, Manda? But like, I'm witnessing signs, or from Whittlesea, okay, but I'm witnessing signs of something within me that I'm noticing that is actually physically of something that I'm uncomfortable about. And it might be to do with a previous relationship, and it might be to do with an energy of like, I can't do this anymore, right? So what I am picking up energetically wise is that somebody could well be noticing that triggers that have triggered off relationships in the past, they could actually be noticing, you know what, I'm actually turning out quite a lot like my mum or my father, right? Something like that. But I feel someone here is really going through it, and they're witnessing something about their mother or father. Now, this could be the loss of somebody that you know of that could well, you know, lose their life here, because I really am picking up on like an ill will or a sick mum here, sick mother or grandmother or grandfather. I'm sorry for the messages, but I really am, okay? I don't fear death, I'm sorry, but I am not a reader that fears anything really around when it's death and stuff like that, okay? So I might come across as Michael, the name Mike or Michael, okay? But, you know, I don't really, wow man, I am seeing so many people all lined up. I am, wow man, this feels like a funeral, but honest to God man, I'm really seeing like a few people where their time's up, lines up, time's up. something like ultimatums or people's time's up. I'm sorry, you'll probably seem to witness a lot of people being very ill during this time, and I'm not picking up COVID either. I'm picking up an energy of where this is around. A lot of people passing on. I really am, into the spirit world, into the realm, because I'm picking up a line of people. Okay, so I don't know if this is anything that is to do with around your work, people lining up, or just Justin, Jasmine, Jason, Julian, Jay, okay, but or someone that's in a same-sex relationship. Is also because I'm picking up the. I'm also picking up Gay. Oh, Gay Mendy. How you doing? Sorry, I haven't seen you for a while. You haven't commented for a while. You're right. But like something to do with that. Okay, in a same-sex relationship. But I'm picking up that people are queuing up for something like B&Q, or queuing up to like a market or something, or Mark.com. Something to do with around Mark Perel. I'm also picking up Mark Perel, or Mark, or Percy, or Baxter, or Perse. Right, Percy, okay, another person, man. Sorry, I can't tell people this. I have got 3 people in my head that I can't say on here that are going to pass. And it's not you guys, I'm on about people I know. Sorry, I've got three more people. See, this is where I absolutely freak people out, man. I'm sorry to laugh, but I'm not laughing in that. I'm laughing in. Oh, it's hard to explain why a tarot reader laughs. I'm not laughing at the energy. It's just in my head. Explaining it to everybody that doesn't understand is a difficult process, and I can see 3 more people that are about to die. I'm sorry. Okay, I really am sorry. 3 people. And if this isn't involving you, because it's to do with evolving, okay, so evolution. So somebody's going to pass on something to a person. Oh man, why am I picking up like a sexually transmitted disease, like a sanction, a warning, a sanction and a warning, and a sexually transmitted disease, passing something on. Transmission, my transmission radio, angel radio, which I do, but I'm going to pass on my transmission. Somebody's going through transition, which would be me, but like somebody's going through, because I did actually mention that in when I did the evolution and the karmic scale of 1 to 10, fight, flight, energies, restriction, fighting, purgatory, okay, and what to do and what to not do, and how to navigate your way through up to the book of knowledge of the Book of Shadows, which is a library of information that gets fed through the Akashic Records, which is like, you know, on the bottom shelf, you pull over the ladder in order to reach the top shelf to get to the top book of knowledge. But then when you do, it trust me, it exceeds God, and it exceeds what do you call it? Astrology, stuff like that, because it goes above and beyond, because time isn't really there. There is no limit to time. Okay, because there really isn't a top shelf of a book that you reach, but you could really be interested in my rendition of the Akashic Records, because it's quite an in-depth video there. So something like that, or the name in-depth, Debbie. I keep picking up Deb. You're right, Deb. So you might be working for the NHS, right? But something like that around ill people. Now this could be a hospital, it could be a hospital visit, it could be people that work at a hospital. But I really do pick up another energy that is also here of people actually physically going to hospital. Now that's either a visit, something's okay, visiting people in hospital that really may not be, okay, but I'm definitely keep picking up the visitation rites. Some of you are really trying to, you could really be going through it with an ex, and you're trying to get visitation rights for a child. Here, visitation rights is what I'm hearing. I need to be able to visit you. Visitations. Invocation. Is that a prayer or something? Invocation. Invitation to a party. Could be Taurus. An invitation. I'm trying to look for an invitation. Trying to look for invites or give invites. Only on invitation. But don't forget, if you're a Leo, you can also watch an Aquarian, because I'm reading out the numerology of 8. Even if it's in your chart, doesn't matter. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, North Node of 8. Okay, you might get the same sort of messages that are relating to an Aquarian. Okay. Mum, ma. I keep hearing mum, say Someone's doing teeth, or like someone's checking someone's throat and saying say JR, something to do with Sue Ellen, or Sue, the name Sue, or Sue Ellen, or J, or R, or Jason, Julian, Justin, Jasmine, all of these kind of things. Sorry, but I'm just about to have my Baraka. This is Baraka Bomber, really? Oh, you don't want to, what? Baraka. You might be drinking Baraka. B.A. Barakas. I ain't getting on no plane, fool. Plane, private flight, there you are. Hello, sweetheart. Private flight, in she comes. Someone's just about to land. Someone's just about to land a plane, and someone's like, oh, here they come, they're coming over, my little bundle of joy, or my partner's coming over. It's like, let's get ready because my partner's coming over. So you've got future messages here now of someone that's just about to come around. Like, well, are you going to come around? Are you going to come over? Here we go, loopy-loo, judgment energy is here, reconciliation is here. My family's here. Some of you are going to see Lucy, or some of you are going to the Sky, or Skylar, or Tyler. See Tyler, we're going to see Tyler, or we're going to Malakin Thailand. Some of you are going over to Thailand. Some of you are going to see party, invites only, family party only, siblings, brothers, sisters, whoever, all come over to say Z party. We're having a party. Well, that's what they're saying, we're having a party. Celebrate good times, come on. Yeah, you're celebrating something. Actually come up in another reading though. What else have you got? What have you got? See, I don't know what this is for, about what have you got. Like, is it a present? Or like, well, what have I got? What have you got? What have you got? What have you got? Well, what have you got? Who knows? I mean, is it a disease? Or is it a present and a gift? It's like, well, what have you got? What have you got? Come on then, boy. What have you got? I mean, this has got to be a dog, right? It's got to be a dog, or a cat, or another Leo. But like, man, this has got to be a dog, right? Come on, boy, what have you got? Come on then, fetch. I mean, Fletch, or Fletcher, or Fletcher. Fetcher. Go on then, fetch it. That's what we were like, go on, fetch it. Go on, fetch. That's a good boy. Hello then. So, someone loves their dog, right? Why not? I love my dog. But like, it's like, what have you got, boy? What have you got? Someone's going to see their dogs. Hey, come on then, boy. Hello. Who's your boy? But I'm also picking up, they're like a grandmother. They're like, hello. Come on then, what have you got? Hello, let's give you a, like, what do you call it? And it like hangs up there, and they're in the cradle, and they're like looking at it going, oh man, these lights are fantastic. And they're like all these flashing lights everywhere, and blah, blah, blah. So you could be, if it relates to you, I put flashing lights right at the beginning of my video on, which one was it? Taurus, there you go. So just happen, if you've never met my channel before, I'm very weird, very strange, also predict weird shit, and I put everything on and do everything for a reason that actually presents itself later. If you are relating to anybody that is a Life Path 5, a Taurus or a Sagittarius, and you happen to watch their reading, and you see that at the beginning there are flashing lights that actually came here as a thumbnail, flashing lights, disco, right, disco, Disco Dave. So, right, Dave, how y'all getting on, Dave, with these flashing lights? What, I mean, what, you going to the gym? To the gymnasium, and there's flashing lights everywhere? So, come on, let's Dave. Come on, Dave, let's rave. Rave, Dave. Come on, let's rave. Some of you might like my Angel Radio, or you listen to music, or you play it, or you do it. Whichever way, but you are going to a rave, Dave. So it's like Raven, John Craven's news round around flashing lights. Flashing. Somebody could be flashing someone, saying, here, look, have a look at the Harry Potter one. Who knows? But I'm definitely picking up like someone with a large nose, I don't know, or something, or there it is, right on the end of your nose, stir crazy. Someone's crazy, crazy for feeling so lonely. I'm crazy. I mean, what, you're smooching in the dark with Virgo? Let's have a smooch, Virgo. Gemini had this, I think it was. Was it someone that swaves over someone at a disco and they go, hey, you're right there, Disco Dave. How you getting on? And they're like, oh, dear, like, move over in this disco. And they're like, you alright, bruv? How you getting on? Like, how you getting on, Rodders? You alright there, boy? Something to do with Derek Kane. You alright, Derek Kane? You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. Right, something to do with your daughter or daughter's doors, or someone is going in the back door. You could be Jim Morrison and going in the back door and in the front door, or someone doesn't mind which door you arrive at this party. This can either be a third party and you really don't mind, or whichever party it is, it's a feast of friends. So it can be like, look, all my friends are here. You can go in my back door or front door, you can go in it or out of it, whichever way you want, but you can go in any door that you want. So whichever one that is, that could be a DAW, that could be Ableton, and things that I use in order to produce my own music, mixing and mastering and produce my own music. But you can use Cubase and God knows what else it is that people use. But I'm definitely picking up door. You can go in this door, you can go in that door, you can go in any door you want. Choose. It's the Cilla Black. Some of you are going on a blind date or something like that, and it's a blind date. This person could be at the party that you go to, or some sort of celebration. Okay, so I'm hearing. But I'm definitely picking up a Three of Cups, which could be a Piscean or something like that also. But I'm definitely picking up celibate. Celibate. Some of you are going celibate and you're like, listen, bro, you ain't going in either door. I don't want any other door apart from my door. So, I don't know. Some of you are probably not moving on. I'm finding it very difficult to cope with the people that are going on or not. I'm finding it very difficult to cope. You could definitely dealing with a 7 energy of a person that's finding it very difficult in order to cope, to move on. I really don't know unless your name is Yvonne or Evie or Evie or Evie or Devi or Yvonne or Siobhan and Evie. How you getting on? You alright? Seen you for a long time. Lenahan, or the name Lenny, or Siobhan or Evie Lenahan. How are you? Haven't seen you in many years. But yeah, Dave, there you go. Did say Dave, right? There's your dad, Dave, Mitzi. Dave, Mitzi and Dave, Siobhan, Evie, Lenahan. How are you? Did you know that I actually predict the future now and see dead people? Probably not, but you may do if you found my actual Facebook, right? But again, there you go. You got some kind of energy there. Well, luckily, if you found it, there you go. There's a message from your mum and your dad there. Okay, Dave. Anyway, that's your messages. So, now, everybody's like, where's my tarot bit? Here, bruv, we're going to have a look at, make sure the audio's recording. We are going, red means recording, Jeremy. Red means recording. Jeremy, if you are watching, I don't know, but if you do watch, red means recording. Me, it always means that to me also. Why is that? Why, Steve, do you always look this way? No, I am not reading things from a screen or anything. It's all pure. It's just that this records and it has a little red light on that side. It's a snowball, what is it? A Blue Yeti microphone, and it has a red light, but you can't have it this way, you have to have it that. So I have to make sure that that screen reflects a red light. Something to do with red light, green light, Cancerian, something to do with 7. Also, red light, green light. Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. Cameron, the name Cameron or Chamomile or Mel, but Cameron, or camera, red light camera. The red means recording with the camera as soon as it's on. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that means ready. And go. Hello, everybody. How are you? I am a tarot card reader. Or something like that. But red means recording. As soon as that is red, that's recording. So something to do with Red Riding Hood, Wolf Silver. It means recording. It means that I am recording you. Someone is recording you. Or alchemy in you. Or alchemy. Someone's in you. It depends which door they're in. But like they're in, like, woo, I'm in with the jackpot because I just got a red light. And what is that? Red light, red rum, Virgo, here's Johnny. So we do a red rum, Virgo, energy is rum, rabbit rum. Could be drinking the rum, I mean, what is this? Bloody Captain Hook or Captain Capricorn and drinking red rum? Red rum. Unless you're backing horses and you do horses and red rum, right? But unless you're Captain Hook, something to do with that. I need a hook. Unless you're dealing with like, what is it? Arcade. But I need a hook, right? I need a hook, line and sinker, something to do with the fish. But like, I need a hook. I need a hook. Bruv, I've got loads of hooks. Unless you go fishing, right? Or your partner goes fishing. But like a hook, I need a hook. Man, I come up with hooks all the time. Hook, line and sinker. Sink. Unless you're like, you're not in sync. No, they gave up. In sync gave up. They do not any longer sing music in sync. So we are either in sync or we're out of sync. What are we? Fish. Going in, well, salmon and tuna. Oh, I don't know, man. This is such weird shit. Let's see how does Leo's partner think and feel? Show me Leo's partner. Leo, Sayer, pulling all day, there's the 3. The little fish. Oh, hello there, little fellow. You got shit in your carburettor. Of course you haven't. What have I got to do there then? Shit in my carburettor? No, of course you've not got shit in your carburettor. You've got it actually in your carburettor. This could be Robbie that passed on. Parsons, pass on. It could be Robbie that actually died, one of my friends that owned a pub. He was actually Irish, and I can hear an Irish accent. There you go. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Tanker. There you go. Oh, this from Robbie. I'll probably have to. I always say this. I'm going to send this to people, but I don't because they think that I'm weird. I could never pronounce your name. From South Africa. Dangia. Yeah? Robbie. Thank you very much, Dangia. I really appreciate all the time that I spent with you and I love you very much. There you go, this Robbie. Right, Rob. So, Dangia. Somebody that could be from South Africa. Or this could also be Gadanga, my friends, which was the comedy show, which was Lenny or Henry Bertain, or Henry or Lenny Henry. So we're also hearing those names. They don't have to be Lenny Henry, can be, right? But Lenny or Henry or both, right? Is it Lenny? Hello, Lenny. Come on then. There's Putri. There you are, Putri. There's your dog, Lenny. And the dog's Snowy. Snowblower. Someone's a snowblower. Oh dear. Somebody's on the old white cocaine around the snow blowing. Or someone's blowing off a Pisces. It's their birthday. It's not. Pisces is March. Right? This could be a prediction for then. But I'm hearing like, let's blow out the candles. Or blow you off. Whichever way it is. I've got no idea what you're up to, Leo. But somebody is blowing a Pisces. Oh, this is what happened in the Gemini reading, wasn't it? Where it's kind of like that like where someone felt very awkward and stuck, compromised, and they were at a party and they're like, oh really? Like, do I have to blow this? Like, do I have to blow on that? I mean, what is it? I don't know. Someone's blowing their own trumpet, maybe. Some people probably think that I'm very arrogant, maybe, or Ari, or Gary. Gary, Tina, Gary and Tina, or Gary, or Tina, or both, or from Argentina, or drives a Cortina. Cortina. God, look at those. This is what I'm hearing. Cool, that's, what do you call it? That comedy show. Cool, oh, matron. Someone's a matron. They work in a hospital. It's like, cool, are you right there, Granddad? How y'all getting on? You alright? Granddad. That's me, Granddad. Really? That's probably your Granddad. You right there, sweetheart? How you getting on, darling? You alright there, love? Somebody's groping somebody. Groping the rope. Grope the rope? Really? Hanging from a rope. What? Oh. Stone him! Stony from Estonia. What? Hanging from a rope? Really? No, don't hang a Pisces from a rope. Unless they did. Did? What? Bruv, don't do something like that. What? You hung me from a rope. Oh, I don't know what those are. I haven't got time. What is the time? 20 29. Show me Leo's partner. Show me Leo's partner. Too much rope. Too much love will kill you every time. Oh, so, sorry. Yeah. Roger, Rog, or Waters. Roger Waters. Give him that much rope. Right. Anyway. Family, Jenny. This is in the family. It's been going on in the family. So what's been going on with your mum? What's been going on with your ma? Ah, she's not very well. There you go. There's a message of me just finding out from my friend. I'm in it. Told you all over the place, bruv. Pisces are all over. You cannot relate them to a numerology. In the tarot book, there are 9. A moon, so 9. Virgo, Pisces. But they still do not have a numerology number. Right? You can never do that with that. Trust me, I'm seeing some patterns. Anyway, well, this is your relationship. If not, this person's at home with their kids, children, or siblings. Show me Leo's partner's thoughts and feelings about Leo. So, well, they feel nostalgic. They feel that you've left. They think, well, if you don't want to be bothered, I'm here, boo. I'm here just waiting for you. So what are you doing? Well, how are you doing? Well, I'm doing all right. Are you all right? Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. Are you right? Mr. Right? Mr. Clean? Whatever it is. Are you clean yet? I don't know. Are you okay? So I don't know if anybody's clean or not clean. But like, I don't know if there's anything to do with drugs, drink, or alcohol. Well, they're both the same. Drink and alcohol. Well, I don't know. Are you drinking clean water? Water sign. Freya? Are you afraid? What are you afraid of here? Afraid? Frida? Or Freya? Or frail? I'm very, very fragile at the moment, is what I'm hearing. Well, I'm a little bit fragile. Well, this is 8. This is you guys. Leo, Aquarius, right? So your partner thinks that you are very frail at this point, right? Fragile, right? So you should be in a relationship with this person. If you haven't, you've left. They realise that you've left, that you don't want to be with them anymore because you've left. Now, if you are in a current relationship with a person, right, that means that you've just pretty much visited them and then you've left, right? You've just had a flying visit, private flight, you've just gone over to see the family and blah, blah, blah. But the energy can be that the fact that they think or feel that you are feeling nostalgic because you may not be with them here, right? So, if anybody here, as a general energy of soul interaction of a tarot reading through Akashic Records, is that somebody realises in their life, this person realises that people are feeling very nostalgic at the moment and very emotional. Very emotional, baby. Right. So, what's the Hangman for? What they feel and think about Leo? What is the Hangman here? They feel that this is the dynamic end. They feel like this is the end. Beautiful friends. Like one of my friends has just passed, maybe. But they feel like that there's... This person, what I was saying to you when I was doing the evolution thing, where I said to you that I was going through transition. There you go. An awakening. Going through an awakening, bruv. My eyes, I can see clearly now that Lorraine is gone. Something to do with Lorraine's gone, or Lorraine Kelly, or something to do with that, but Lorraine. I feel like Lorraine's gone. I feel like everything came down, crashing down on me. You suddenly started having a go at me and blaming me and shouting. Why did you shout at me? Well, because of something that you did, because you wasn't paying attention or listening, because you wasn't. I got angry. That's how they feel, as if they were angry, or that's how you feel. But there's a mirror here, through the energies of all the things that I've been saying just lately, if that's fight or flight energy, which means that I don't like what you said to me, so I left. So whatever this person said to you here, you don't like it and you left. Whoever, in your soul group, people, tarot readings, whatever, somebody said something to a person they didn't agree with, and this person left and said, fuck it, then I'll leave. Okay, if you're going to speak to me like that, if you're going to do all of these kind of things, then I don't want anything to go. So I'll just get like 2 burgers to go, please. Right? It's like a drive-through, if you like, a bit like a burger and whatever. And it's like, well, it's okay, then I'll just get takeout. Some of you could be listening to Take Me Out, Franz Ferdinand, or Ferdy, Ferdinand, Ferdinand, Francine, Francine Fernahan. Franz Fernahan. Anyway, 6 of Cups. How Leo's partner thinks and feels. Well, they feel that there's been a breakup, that there's been a breakdown, that it was an extremely toxic situation for them to cope with here. Because it was toxic. That's probably why this person had a breakdown, or you had a breakdown, you had to split up. Because the devil's here. Normally when the devil's here and someone obsessively thinks about a person, they'll pick it up here because it's very sensitive. Because if this person is completely and utterly awake and the devil approaches the tower, this person will probably realise, hold on a minute, Nanu, something isn't quite right in my energy. Why is the devil here? Why is there interference? Why are you overthinking? Why are you analysing a situation? Why are you making a drama out of a crisis? Why are you making it more of a dramatic scene than what it should be? Because trust me, this is a dramatic scene. So you made things very dramatic by the devil being here. That's what this person feels, is the fact that there was a lot of things that are probably shown to you by your family, or where your family got in the way, or your friends got in the way of everything. And I got got a hell of a lot going on with toxic situation at home, toxic situation going on with my family and yours, and people that all got Laws or Laura or Lara or Laura, but everybody's on top of me. And because of that, because the devil entered the twilight zone of your connection, whatever it was that somebody overanalyzed and got very emotional, baby, wasn't really with it, wasn't really paying attention, this person said something dramatic to somebody that they didn't agree with. And because they didn't, they decided to take the high road. We're not getting on very well. Because we're not, you shouted at me. I mean, did this person physically shout and scream at you? Or did they just say something that somebody didn't like? Because the devil energy was here. And because things in life, well, I mean, these are major arcana cards. So whatever it is, somebody took this extremely personal. Extremely personal. But any energy can be of a drama of a crisis, because this is a crisis. So somebody could make a drama out of a crisis, but like it was because the devil energy was right in the middle of the whole lot. Which means that your friends, your family, blah, 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 were feeding you negative energy. And because it fed through the family, which means that you could have brought up energy of like, oh my God, yeah, but you know that my ex-father-in-law or my ex-husband or so-and-so triggers me off, or they need me more than what you need me, and because they need me more than what you need me, then when you shed, look, hello, you're like, oh, what, are you paying attention? Are you here? Right, so if you've got this where the 6 of Cups then turns into an energy of where someone started bringing up the toxic situations of what I've gone through the evolution state of fight or flight, or arguing, and when I don't want to, and when you do, and when I don't, and the fight and the devil energy, when you do, that's normally when someone will bring up the past, which is here, the past. So it's like, you know what, you remind me so much of a toxic situation of my ex. You make me think that I've been trapped like my father or my mother, or you treat me like a child and you talk to me like a child, but you remind me of everything that in my life, of a reflection through 6 that remind me of everything that happened in my life. So if you ever, like I've said, in relationships, talking about it is okay, but when you then, the action that is created after that, if anybody through the devil energy grabs hold of anything that they possibly can to win, if you then bring up a energy of your past onto a person that does not have to carry that, they don't put up with it. Which means that I am not putting up with that behaviour. Your past is your past mistakes. If that be a sibling, a child, a husband, like someone that I had children with, someone that I was in a bad relationship with, that does not make that this is a responsible person to take that. Which means that, well, you should have dealt with all of that. That's your stuff. That isn't mine that you can blame me for. If you're being triggered, if you're being mirrored, and everything goes on in your life from the past, then why would you bring up the past and put that onto me, onto my shoulders, for this to happen? Right? So, the energy of evolution is that somebody see it unfair, because of the devil energy being in there, of a reflection of what I could have put onto you now to give you ultimatums to say, look, you're to blame for that. What happened in my life with my father or my mother, and you remind me so much of them, And because I now felt intimidated that I had to walk away because you intimidated me, then you get the cat and the mouse of Leo energy. So you can then start to play out an 8, which is feeling nostalgic, starting to feel as if that, why are you like shouting at me? I'm a mouse now, I'm not a Leo now. I'm now like feeling intimidated. Because I don't know how to approach the situation because I don't know how to talk to you. Which means that if you talk to a situation of present relationship of you and a person, that's okay. If you talk in a relationship about past, you remind me of things that were not a part of your life when we weren't together, that's got nothing to do with me here. So that's where you get these energies. So the reflection of your past cycle, your present cycle of something that someone's going through, of transition of a lesson, is where the lesson here is that it's about, well, it's learning to compromise, but it's also, if anything is brought up through a 6 of family, one's family is not another's just because you're in a relationship or married. Well, I mean, if you're married with children and stuff like that and you're arguing, that's down to you. But again, relationship, marriage is different. Relationship not living together, different. Relationship but living together, different scenario altogether. Okay, different now queer as folk, right here. So it depends on what boat you're in and what ship it is that you are in that sank. Right, which means that you just sank my battleship. You made me feel awful. You made me look at my feelings. I don't like that. If I bring up the past and let you know that things that went on in my life from the past that wasn't involving you before we met, that's where you'll get an aggressive answer here, because that isn't someone else's fault and blame to carry. That might be why this person lost their shit and said something that I don't like. You reminded me of something that went on in the past. You triggered me off. Because you did, and you made me aware of that, young man. I don't like being told off, just like I didn't like being told off when I was a child. Who do you think that you're speaking to? You remind me of being told off as a kid. It's a soulmate situation. It's breakup. It's a breakdown. Emotional breakdown. Yeah, but you can't express your emotion to me because I don't want to listen. I never did when I was a kid. I don't like people shouting and screaming at me. Okay, so this is what your partner thinks and feels about the whole scenario of what happened in your dynamic situation of also around your family. But like I said, talking about say Z argument is okay, but giving it time is the greatest healer, which means that if somebody wants to argue and the other person doesn't, right, the other person leaves, the longer that time goes, if someone gets extremely frustrated and starts prodding the tower for more, like, oh no, I know you're angry, but I'm going to keep doing that. Through loyalty of what I was saying about the fight or flight scenario of life, is that if somebody keeps doing that, the time distance then grows. If somebody gets even more angry, if a person then brings up all of these triggers of like, yeah, well, it's because of you reminding me of my husband or my wife or my kid or my child or blah, blah, blah. And they bring that up to a person, because this person can make you think of that, right? Because it's either end of the scale. It's either someone that did bring all of that up in you and made you look at that, or it's this person that brought that up that said, oh my God, you remind me of my ex, my husband, my past relationship, my everything else. Like, you remind me of that. It depends on who said that. But time is the greatest healer. And when people get frustrated, they can say anything out of being desperate for an answer that isn't been shown to them. Right? So here of what I'm picking up is the progression of your actual future reading that comes up very soon. Is that either one of these people said to a person too much, which is that, why bring up all of the past and let me know that I'm accountable for your actions? Because when people get very desperate for an answer that they can't figure out during karmic war, right, is that a person then can start giving ultimatums through, you know what, I'm going to let you know that you remind me of all of these things that happened in my life. It's got nothing to do with me, boo. It's got nothing to do with me. Leo or Aquarius, right? It's got nothing to do with me. It's not part of my life. You're a part of my life, but whatever happened to you happened to you. It didn't happen to me, boo. It happened to you. So what do you get with a boo? A ghost, right? So you're like, boo, okay then, fair enough. What, you Casper or Cass? But like, you know, So you ghosted me, you let me go. Yeah. Well, what do you want me to do? You blamed me for a load of stuff. You told me that all that was my fault. I'm not accountable for that. You remind me of my father or my mother. Well, that isn't fair either. Okay, then, well, I'll leave. Okay, then, well, then you do that. Argument. Argument. Okay, so as you're reading so far, Leo, if you would like to support me as a reader, and you would like a plethora of readings that also go over to the full access bundle, not only will you get this one that starts to come up for your actual 14th until the 21st, and see what's going to happen after this, okay, but then after this reading, the last reading for the month, for the week, the weekly reading, but for the last part of the month, only comes out on Patron. So it will not appear here. You will only get it on the full access bundle. For this and many others, for this weekly, you now get your 14th until the 21st, then clarified, also more cards and tell you what you've got coming up to expect within a week or so of a timeline. But like I said, after this one, you'll only see a reading over on Patrons, okay? Thank you so much for your support. If you would like to join, you would like to know anything about any video that I've got, check the community tab. Also check any of the links that are provided below, because it pretty much tells you everything that you want to find. The video about Patron, if you want to join. If you are part of it or want to join, it's on the full access bundle for these lot of readings. Okay? Alright guys, thanks very much, and I will see you soon.